this is Kelly Hill Yoga. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to once again be outside on this beautiful spring day here on my farm in Southwest Virginia. I am a little bummed because 5 minutes ago in the background there was about 6 deer, so I'm hoping that as I get moving they might want to be friendly again and come wander in the background, because it's just beautiful back here in the back part of our property. This is one of my favorite spaces, so that's why I'm here practicing today, and I have an awesome practice for you all. Today's practice is a little bit more cardio based because summer is just around the corner, and you know what that means. Everyone's trying to get ready to hang out on the beach with their summer bod. So as always, it will be super mindful and strong in this practice with mind-body connection, but we are going to get the heart pumping a little bit more within this practice today. So when you are ready, please come to lay down on your mat as we set up to start this practice. So coming to lay on our mat. Just let your hands gently rest at your sides. Let the feet fall softly to the side. Let's start to turn ourselves inward. Listen to what's going on right now within us. What's going on with your heart, your mind, everything else within your body. Feel the gentle beats as your heart pumps that blood circulating through the body. Each bit of energy with each contraction, feeding all of our extremities. Soften your gaze, soften your jaw, your expression. Not overthinking things too much. Today is fun, movement-based, getting the heart pumping, but being aware of where we are at spatially, staying within this practice. It's just the beautiful thing about yoga. It's the ability to connect with oneself, which is so important. Let's gently start to wiggle the fingers and toes, waking ourselves up. Shift the feet side to side. Reach the arms up and overhead, making yourself as long as possible. Maybe pointing the toes or flexing them. Just whatever you feel like you need to start waking everything up. Maybe a little stretch from side to side. Awesome. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Maybe gently rock back and forth. And now let's take the forehead, activating the core. Take the forehead towards your knees, really hugging them in towards the chest. Pull that belly button down towards the earth, towards your spine to really strengthen. Squeezing here, keeping that chest lifted, belly button nice and tight towards the spine. Stay here. Lift the hands up and overhead. Fingers spread well. Trying to get those knees to touch the forehead. Really squeezing and contracting. Awesome. Now extending both those feet up. Heels up to heaven. Nice and strong. Great job. And now let's bring the hands down to the side, our sides, reaching towards the back side of our mat. Bring the right foot to drop. Slowly hovering that heel, and then switching, lifting that right foot up, letting the left foot lower down, hover that heel, staying strong, just switching and alternating for a few rounds, activating the core, bringing everything back up, lowering one foot down, letting that heel hover, back to the top, lower down, to the top, staying strong. Try not to straighten your neck. Keep this from the core as much as possible. Beautiful. Keep going. One more time on each side. Awesome. Right heel lowers. Back to the top. Left heel lowers. Back to the top. Beautiful. Knees back into the chest. Gently lower that head. Slowly rock back and forth. Awesome. And gently come up to tabletop, however you need to get there, whether it's rocking up or rolling to one side, just however you need to get there today. So hanging out here in this tabletop, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's start to roll through a few rounds of cat and cow. So pulling the belly towards the earth as we take a deep inhale. Exhale, roll through the spine, rounding up like a cat. Inhale, drop the belly, cow. Exhale, roll through the spine. A few rounds on your own. And your own pace with your own breath. As we do this, start to re-explore yourself as we did in the beginning. Is your heart rate maybe a little bit more elevated than when we started? Are you still nice, cool, calm, and collected? Is your body asking for a little bit of extra movement, maybe swaying from side to side? Awesome. Pull that chest forward, dropping the belly, round through the spine. Beautiful. Come back to that neutral position. Walk those hands a few inches in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes and lift the knees. Nice and strong in the core once again. Inhale. Exhale. Shift your right knee to your right wrist and step back. Left knee to left wrist, step back. Keeping the knees lifted, alternating from side to side, shifting forward, get that knee to touch the wrist. Beautiful, keep that core nice and strong. Awesome. Keep going. One more round on each side. Staying strong. Embrace that shake. Beautiful. Hold with those knees up. Re-engage that core. Keep strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower down. Shift the hips back. Child's pose. Walk those hands out in front of you. Exhale. Some of that built up energy as we start to get the heart rate really going now through some movement. And remembering, at any point in this practice, feel free to pause the video. It's one of the great things about YouTube. You can pause it, take a breather, and then come back to it once you feel like you have established a reset. Come back into the practice, or maybe take child's pose. Just whatever you feel like you need to do, but please do take breaks if you need it today. Also, that is not to discourage or say that this is going to be anything crazy. Just please be aware of what your body is giving you today. Not every day can be a great day, so please listen. Awesome. Rise back up to that tabletop position. I'm going to shift on my mat a little bit. Let's walk the hands forward. come into puppy dog. So our hands walk forward as we shift the hips back, trying to keep the hips over the knees as much as possible in this. Arms extended, pull that chest towards the earth. Maybe resting the forehead on the mat if able, or if you have a block, that's okay too. Staying here, feeling this awesome stretch. Both sides of the shoulder, the back, as we let everything melt into the earth. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Don't hold any tension in the neck. Try and let this be passive. Awesome. Gently come out of this. Shift the hips forward and down. So elbows will be underneath the shoulders. Hands or arms and forearms. Think railroad track, nice and strong. Adjust if you need to. The feet are extended, legs nice and long. Top of your feet resting on the mat. Pull your chest forward in this posture as you really melt the hips into the ground. Hang out here for a round or two of breath. Remember this posture. Remember how you feel right here. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly activate the core, pulling that belly button in nice and strong. Lift the hips, tuck the toes, and lift the hips, thighs, and knees into this forearm plank, nice and strong. Exhale, slowly lower everything back down. Coming back into that sphinx, proud chest again. Inhale. Exhale. Roll everything back up off the ground. Plank. Forearm plank. Exhale. Lower everything down. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale. Come up into that forearm plank. Slowly lower back down. Chest comes forward. Inhale. Exhale. Pull everything back up. Forearm plank again. Last one. Exhale. Slowly put everything back on the mat. Chest comes forward. Nice and strong. Beautiful. And on this next round, we will come up into the forearm plank. Shift to this right side. Forearm plank on the right side. Left arm comes up. Really try and stack the hips as much as possible. Squeezing the glutes to press them forward. Awesome. Everything back down to that forearm plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, take it to the other side. Stacking the feet. Right arm comes up. One hip on top of the other. Beautiful. Squeeze those glutes to shift the hips forward. One long line. Exhale, bring everything back down. Staying strong in this last little bit of time we're spending here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower everything down. Lift and rise up into cobra. Exhale. for downward dog. Awesome. First downward dog of the practice. As always, what I tell you, just to feel it out, feel where you are right now. If you're nice and tight in the back of the legs, give yourself a little extra love there. Stretching everything out. Maybe taking a little bit wider stance with the feet to the outer edges of the mat in this first downward dog. And unfortunately, the ground is a little uneven here, so it's just throwing me off just quite a bit in this posture. Once you have a nice good stretch, back of the legs wide awake, take a moment to find some stillness. Ground through the thumb and index finger. Awesome. Deep inhale, shift the hips up and back, gaze forward. Gently step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Nice ragdoll, just letting gravity do the work. Maybe a nice generous bend in the knees. Once again, pay attention to where your body's at right now. Maybe grab both elbows. Let the head hang heavy. Keep this passive. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands down to the ground. Shift the hips back. Feel a nice stretch as we separate the shoulder blades as much as possible, pushing into the earth. Deep inhale, breathe into that space between the shoulder blades to get a nice stretch. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands on the shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up and overhead. Palms together, maybe little baby back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Let's take some time to do a little body scan. Once again, notice where you're at. Is the heart really pumping now? Ride this wave of energy we're building. Let's take a moment to wiggle the toes, make sure we're nice and grounded through all four corners of the feet. Big inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, ground through the feet, arms up and overhead, baby back bend if you wish. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Starting to build up some energy, we're going to run through just a few sun salutations. Get that blood pumping. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, shift the hips back, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale, push the earth away from you. Exhale, elbows close to the body, chaturanga to up dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. First round, nice and mindful, a little bit slower with each sequential round. We will start to pick up the pace a little bit. So deep inhale, bend both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up and overhead. Exhale, palms to the chest. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands. Vinyasa. Chaturanga up dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Last one. Inhale, shift the hips up and back. Bend in the knees. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Arms up and overhead. Exhale, palms to the chest. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale, push the earth away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome. All right, inhale, bend the knees. Shift the hips up and back. Exhale, release some tension. Start to straighten those legs out again. This down dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg comes up. Exhale, bring that knee to your nose. Step between the hands. Inhale, rise to crescent. Hanging out here in this nice high lunge. Left hip pulls forward. Nice and strong as we drive that left heel towards the back of your space. Really feeling that stretch in the left hip flexor. Exhale, bring both hands down. Step back to plank. Inhale, press the earth away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome. Take it to the other side. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg goes up. Exhale, left knee to nose. With control, gently step between the hands. Inhale, rise to crescent. Find your balance. Rise up to crescent. It's totally okay if you need to adjust the feet. Nice and strong as we're waking up the front of the hips right now. Try not to let your belly splay out too much. Nice and strong. Deep inhale. Exhale. Both hands down to the ground. Step back to plank. Inhale to push the earth away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Downward dog. Awesome. You guys are doing great. Keep up the energy. Like I said, if you need to take child's pose at any time, please do so. Or if you have to step away, pause the video, grab a water break, do it. Awesome. Let's inhale, shift the hips up and back. Exhale, release some tension. Feel where we're at. Feel that heart really pumping now. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg goes up. Exhale, gently step between the hands. Inhale, rise to crescent. Nice and strong in this high lunge. Inhale, find height up through the spine. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Adjust the feet. Back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Right foot faces forward. Nice and strong. Beautiful. Now, let's push through that front foot to straighten the front leg as the hands come up and overhead into prayer hands. Exhale, back to warrior two. Sink it down. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Hands up and together. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, sink into warrior two. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Last one. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Nice and strong here. Shifting the hips forward, adjusting the feet. You're probably going to need to adjust the distance between the front and back foot. So both feet, before we set up to come into pyramid, both feet facing forward, 12 o'clock position. If you need to have them a little bit wider, you're more than welcome to. But pyramid, they are going to be a little bit more close together. Think one in front of the other. But if you have to have them slight angle, you're more than welcome to. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge just at the hips. Think pull those hips to the back of your space. Chest comes towards that right foot. Right shin. Nice and strong here. Beautiful. Little micro bend in this right knee. Awesome. Let's take the hands as we gently bend in this right knee. Take the hands just in front of the right foot. Lift the back leg up for a single leg split. Inhale. Exhale. Bend that left knee to come meet the right as we shift the hips down. Inhale. Lift that left foot back up. Single leg split. Exhale. Bring those knees down, shift the hips down. Inhale, left foot goes up. Exhale, shift the hips down. Inhale, left foot goes up. Exhale, bring everything down. Keep your core nice and strong. Inhale, left leg goes up. Try and keep those hips square to the ground as much as possible. Exhale. Bring everything down. Left foot comes to meet the right. Forward fold. Awesome. Hanging out here in this forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Arms up and overhead. Little baby back bend. Exhale, palms to your heart space. 1 minute to check in. Maybe soften the gaze, see where you're at. Grab some water if you need it. If not, let's keep rocking and rolling on this gorgeous day. Deep inhale. Exhale. Release some of this built up energy we have moving within us right now. Inhale again. Arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Skip this vinyasa if you wish. Meet in downward dog. We will all get there. It does not matter how you get there. No way is the right way. So we meet back in this downward dog. Taking it to the other side. Inhale, left leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose. Nice and strong. Gently step between the hands. Inhale, rise up to crescent, high lunge. Hanging out here. Deep inhale to find height in the spine. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Adjust the feet, back foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. This back extended leg still has lots of strength and energy coming through it. We're not dumping in this front leg. Really strong in this warrior two. Straighten in the front leg. Bring the palms together. Exhale. Back to warrior two. Maybe find some depth in the posture. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Prayer hands. Exhale, sink back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink it down. Beautiful. Shifting everything forward now to this pyramid feet. So both feet facing 12 o'clock. Nice and strong. Shift the hips back. Imagine someone's grabbing either side of your hips, pulling them towards the back of your space, hinging forward. Chest comes towards that left foot. Hands are either on a block or your mat, just wherever you can find comfort in them. Not rounding through the back too much. Nice micro bend in this left knee. Hang out here for a round of breath. Awesome. Gently bend in that left knee. Take the hands just a little bit in front of it. Right leg goes up for the single leg split. Trying to keep the hips square as much as possible, not opening up to the side too much. Deep inhale to find height in that foot. Exhale, knees come together, hips sink down. Inhale, rise, lift that right foot up. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hips sink down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, shift those hips down. Last one, inhale, rise, really reaching with that right foot. Exhale, bring those knees down. Right foot comes to meet the left. Forward fold. Awesome. Really great job, everyone. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, arms up and overhead. Palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, shift the hips back. Chair pose. Nice and strong. Strong isometric holds like this have a beautiful way to still keep that heart pumping. We're still working, getting all that blood circulating. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, slowly sink those hips down into seated position. Toes are going to come to the mat, just gently resting nice and tall up through the chest. Hands reach forward or on your mat or on the back of the knees, wherever you feel like you need to have them. Once again, no way is the right way. And we're gently going to lift the left foot, slowly place it down. Lift the right foot, slowly place it down. Alternating, lifting our feet. Very simple move. Really great way to strengthen the quads. Keep the core engaged. Beautiful. Alternating this lift. Back and forth. Really strong and mindful. And then finally, shifting into position to lift both feet Up, nice and strong for this boat pose, wherever you need to be. Exhale, set everything down. Roll onto the back, knees come into the chest. Rock back and forth. And that boat pose just rocked my world, especially on some uneven ground right now. Keeping the energy positive though. Don't beat yourself up. If you aren't quite where you need to be in a practice, just still be present. Awesome. Hanging out here. Extend the left leg. Nice and long. Let me adjust on my mats. Extend that left leg nice and long. Right knee into the chest. And then transition it over to the left for the supine twist. Start to ride that energy downstream. Gently come back to center. Both knees into the chest again. Right leg extends this time. Left knee stays in. And then slowly shift it over to the right. Great. Bring everything back to center. Knees come into the chest again. And then we will grab the outside of the feet. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Lift those heels up for happy baby. Remembering to inhale and exhale through the nose to control some of that energy, still wanting to hang on. Notice the shift that's happening. Beautiful. Let's bring both feet together for this reclined butterfly. Let the knees gently come open. And we will hang out here to continue to ride this energy we have going on. Slow ourselves with the breath. This is a wonderful time to bookend your practice by doing that scan that we've been doing intermittently. But trying to do a little bit more deeper scan. Notice a shift in your change and your energy from where you were at when you started. Do you feel more open? Still be present. Still have that I or inner self turned inward. Do not let yourself leave this space quite yet. Maybe bring the hands to the inside of the hips. Remembering your breath. Let's gently use our hands to slowly guide those knees back in. Extend the legs, and we will finish just how we started. For Savasana or corpse pose. Find any last little bits of adjustments. Tuck the shoulders to really open the chest. Allow yourself to still receive this practice in this final posture, final pose. Gaze still softened. Enjoy all these vibrations that still might be lingering from all that gorgeous movement we did. Allow those vibrations to be like ripples throughout your body, carrying all this positivity and open attitude towards this wonderful practice we just did. Calm yourself with the breath. If the mind starts to wander, maybe softly tell yourself to inhale and exhale. This is where I will leave you. Please stay here as long as you are able. Really enjoy this time with yourself. Know that it's okay. Please do not forget to hit that like button. Comment what you thought of this practice today. I love feedback. Subscribe to Kelly Hill Yoga. As always, thank you for practicing with me. I love you.